Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. All right, everyone, we've reached the part of the show where we talk about our relationships, the challenges we face in our own lives, and how we overcame them. Welcome to our queendom. All right, everybody, tonight's edition of Queendom will feature an amazingly talented actress, life coach, and philanthropist who is an advocate for mental transformations, and she don't just talk the talk, she walks the walk. Please welcome AJ Johnson to our Queendom.
Thanks for having me.
AJ, girl, you know we love you, girl. We all go back with you like Kool-Aid. But tell us, how you feeling?
Listen, I'm feeling amazing. I mean, it's a new year. It's time for us all to be new. And before I go on, I just want to give a strong virtual hug to my sister, Lisa Ray. I heard you say you're now, after the unfortunate loss of your mom, that you're now without parents. And if you all have your parents, which I don't either, the loss of parents is like a spiritual umbilical cord. And it's a loss that you have to really take your time and heal. So Lisa Ray, just know, I'm physically around the corner from you, but I'm just a phone call and a text away, my sister, my friend, in this time. So I send you my love and my prayers. But life is good. I went to Ghana and was gifted my dual citizenship. So America's just a choice right now in Jesus' mighty name.
Okay. Ghana?
Yes, I'm now a Ghanaian. So America is just a choice. I can live there. I can do what I want. I am a dual citizen.
And she's downplaying because I've been over there in Ghana with her as we've hung out, and she's like a queen, princess over there. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? She's like very much loved and part of the culture over there. Like they have definitely like taken her in. Like it's a great fit.
She's very well connected too, because
Yes.
I was over there doing my movie and she came in, had a driver. She wasn't driving and Rose Petals was following her. And I was like, what?
Yes.
Lisa Ray gonna peep all that. She's like, do you have 5 security guards? Do you have a driver? Like, you throw rose petals down on the floor when you walk. She was like, what am I doing wrong? We had a good time.
All right, ladies, well, let's get into this topic because it's something I think is really important. Tonight's topic will focus on ways to address and break down the narrative surrounding the mean girl stereotype that has swept through the entertainment industry in Hollywood and other places. Now, for those who don't know, a mean girl oftentimes withholds kindness and friendship from anyone who does not meet their physical, social, or professional standards, which can lead to an outsider questioning their worth and purpose. Queens, what are your thoughts on this perception? I want y'all to think about this for a second, this mean girl thing in Hollywood. And what does that equate to? And how does that equate to physiological trauma? Let's kick it off with AJ, because you reached out to me about this and you've done some coaching in this area.
Yeah, I want to say first that it's interesting and sad, to be honest, that we're still having this conversation about mean girls, not just in Hollywood. I think it's more promoted because Hollywood is Hollywood. And so you hear about the relationships or lack of sisterhood in Hollywood. But this mean girl thing is a international, national phenomenon amongst us sisters that I really want to do my part to dissolve, which is why I wanted to talk about it. 10 years ago, I was coaching Gabrielle Union, and I was coaching her through her hard times and to her divorce and to her happy after her divorce. And in us uncovering her happy, we uncovered that she was a mean girl. And so we started doing some work on that. And her admittance to a lot of her wrongdoings at the legendary Essence Luncheon in that particular year made the video and her stance viral. And so I'm noticing it's coming back around again. And I heard Claudia talking about it the other night. And I said, you know what, we should talk about this because it's a very serious situation and it should not even exist.
And when that came up the other day, me trying to evolve as well, I could have gone down the road and said, well, this happened and that happened. But I think when people are trying to grow up or evolve, you should let them.
Well, let me also say this. I heard your definition, and I want to add to what I feel like from coaching the definition is, and I want to hear what y'all think, because I think it's really plain and simple. Typically, a mean girl situation stems from the insecurities of the person who's being mean. Okay, that's just, me, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real.
That's right.
If we can be honest with ourselves and self-accountable to say, you know what, I downplayed that girl because I'm insecure.
Yes.
I think she's prettier, or I don't know why she got that role, or that was a guy in high school that I wanted to date and she got him. So there's always some insecurity with it, but also on the receiving end, there's always an unmet expectation. by the person who's calling the other person a mean girl. So everybody's got to be accountable. You feel me? Everybody's got to
Explain that just a little bit more, because that's surprising to me that you would say that statement, that whoever thinks someone is being mean to them has something to do with it as well.
Well, you have to be accountable for your expectations. So for example, Viv, if somebody calls you a mean girl because they said hi to you on set and the hi you got back, you gave back to them was not with the energy they wanted.
Oh, okay.
And all of a sudden it's on me.
Right. Yes. No, and listen, you know, us being in show business, you know, you sometimes you're so focused, you're in your zone, you're working, that you cannot see and be there for everyone at every time. So that's one thing that I had to learn, that when people had a different or say who or what I was, oh, I hear she's stuck up, I hear she's mean, that what you didn't realize that at the time is that I was focused on making it. And it wasn't to be mean, but it was being present at the time, that if I'm on a red carpet, that I've got a lot of people that I've got to answer to with interviews, with my agent telling me, go to this one, go to that one. But here comes someone that right now wants to say hi or take a picture. At that moment, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be focused on my job to promote my project. So that's the one thing that I wish people would understand, because I had to overcome that, to be honest with you, that people would be, oh, she's so, you know, when she's on the red carpet, she's mean. And I wasn't mean. I was just focused that night I was there to promote my film.
I also think, to add to what you're saying, the mean girl syndrome is reoccurring. It's not just a moment where you don't say hello with the right energy. It's not just a moment where a fan happens to not get the picture at the restaurant while you're eating.
Yes.
It's a reoccurring behavior that shows itself to be something more than just, I didn't say hi with enough energy and now you're calling me mean. So that's what I mean when I say it's two things. We have to be accountable as celebrities in Hollywood and personalities and just people with how we treat certain people, but also people have to watch their level of expectation and be accountable to, are you expecting something that may not necessarily be what I'm going to give you? And does that mean I'm mean?
So AJ, I have a question. What are some of the ways that Black women can change their narrative to become more unified in Hollywood then?
I think the first step is what we're doing, which is to properly identify what a mean girl really is. And I think that because I'm saying it's repetitive, consistent behavior, check yourself, be self-accountable and see if you're giving off energy more than once, more than twice. And if you have an insecurity, we know what our insecurities are. If you have an insecurity that you're not really getting a healing with, it could be manifesting in different ways on other people. That's number one, real quick. Number two, easy, is let's focus on the sisterhood. There's more than enough work. There's more than enough love. There's more than enough partnership for us all to be amazing. We don't have to be amazing singly. And if we're not intimidated or insecure about the other, then we can be more together. If that belief is solid, there's no reason to be mean to each other.
You know what? You just dropped 1,000 jewels, AJ. And I just want to say too, like, I think we have to give each other grace. I think we have to start off every day with giving grace to ourselves first and then to others. And I think we need to understand that we operate from trauma. A lot of people are operating from trauma, and the responses that come out are not personal to the person that is on the receiving end. And I think that when we start understanding that people have gone through things, and that what they have gone through is causing them to be a certain way, or they're experiencing high anxiety levels that is causing them to respond in such ways, I think that understanding is very, very key. We have to be more understanding of people, not to say you have to be like, oh, this person's mean, so it must be trauma, you know, but I think that we have to understand that we too make mistakes, and that we too are not always on our stuff, and we operate from trauma too.
One of the things I want us to redefine in this new year is the word confrontation. A lot of times that has a negative perception. Confrontation is not negative. Confrontation means I'm seeking truth and honesty from you. So I'm not afraid to say, hey, what you did hurt my feelings, or what you said, I'm not quite sure if I understood your energy. We have to confront each other so there's room to heal, and there's room to discuss and dissolve whatever the problem is.
Absolutely. And you know what, speaking of heal, AJ, before we let you go, we need to talk about the hosting of season 3, honey, of VH1's Couple Retreat, because the healing that goes on couples retreat, Okay, then it's unprecedented. Okay. And Claudia can speak for us all, honey, because she's been on the show. So what can we expect this season? Because, honey, last season was something else.
But Claudia included my head still like this for season. But season 3, what's really nice is that everyone is either in a marriage or a solid relationship. And so they are not just dating. They're really trying to make their marriage work, keep their marriage work. So there's a different level of focus and a different level of dig deep soul excavation, as I call it, to really see their relationships, a different level of honesty. And because I had the confidence of season 3 and I'm executive producing this year, as well as host, I operated with a little bit more confidence and dug a little deeper. So that's what I'm saying. Listen, Queens regulate, man. You all are amazing. You motivate me all the time. So I'm just trying to keep my feet at the table. Amen.
Well, you're the bomb, honey. Thebomb.com. We need more women like you, honey.
I love this conversation. Thank you so much for asking to come and talk about this and talking about. And I want to say this: being deemed a mean girl, if you've done it yourself or if someone has done it to you, does not mean that has to be the way it is for the rest of your life. As long as you want to change or you want to evolve, let people evolve and give people grace to grow is what I think. Someone could have been going through something back in 92 and you're going to still hold that standard 25, 30 years later. That's not fair. Because you don't know what they were going through in that moment.
92, okay?
I'm just saying. Someone was mad at me for not taking a picture in the club. I said, bitch, I was drunk off of Cisco. I didn't see you.
But that be their trauma. You said that trauma.
Okay.
I was barely walking. All right, AJ, thank you so much for joining us. We love you and
yes,
we adore you. And thank you so much for being here and taking the time. We appreciate you.
I love you guys.
We love you back.
Come back anytime, girlfriend.
Okay.
We're going to see you in Ghana. We're going to all make a girls trip to Ghana. How about that?
That would be great.
All right. We'll be right back with more Cocktails with Queens after this.